Hello, my name is Wendy Christensen. We are really pleased that you have joined us at 8th Street Ministries for our series of discussions on the 10 Commandments. This is based on information contained in the book, The 10 Commandments by Patrick D. Miller. In part 2 of the 9th commandment found in Exodus 20:16, which says, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor," we explore what the commandment meant for the early Israelites. This will include a discussion of 1. The role the commandment played in ensuring the protection of people and property, and 2. How the commandment contributed to ensuring justice and equality among the people. We begin by noting that the 9th commandment to the early Israelites was not just about lying, but it was also about truth-telling. Telling the truth about another person means to uphold another person's reputation and not defame it. Telling the truth about a person's character is a way of loving one's neighbor, which in turn upholds the integrity of the community. Let's talk about the Deuteronomic or law code in early Israel in terms of the setting described in the books of Exodus and in Deuteronomy. The main setting in which the 9th commandment comes into play is in the judicial system. Exodus 23, 1-3 says, "Do not spread false reports. Do not help a guilty person by being a malicious witness. Do not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you give testimony in a lawsuit, do not pervert justice by siding with the crowd, and do not show favoritism to a poor person in a lawsuit." This passage is concerned with the unity of the community. It prohibits doing or saying things that would harm the unity of the community. Exodus 23, 6-9 says this, "Do not deny justice to your poor people in their lawsuits. Have nothing to do with false charge, and do not put an innocent or honest person to death, for I will not acquit the guilty. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and twists the words of the innocent. Do not oppress a foreigner. For you yourselves know how it feels to be foreigners, because you were foreigners in Egypt." This forbids any action that would obstruct justice. Once again, it prohibits doing or saying things that would harm the unity of the community. Deuteronomy 24, verses 8-25 indicate that the primary victim of false charges and false witnesses is often the poor in early Israel. The commandment prohibits the use of judicial and economic systems to oppress others. It affirms the dignity and honor of all people. In terms of protecting community members, the 9th commandment, according to Miller, protected people from being convicted by only one witness. Often they would have to have 2 or more. In many passages, the Old Testament scripture connects bearing false witness, the 9th commandment, with stealing, the 8th commandment. Bearing false witness, like stealing, is a way of harming one's neighbor by damaging their reputation in the same way stealing damages property. When we explore the use of the commandment with the early Israelites in the books of Exodus and Deuteronomy, we recognize that the 9th commandment is given to a group of people, a community, who have lived through the Exodus or God's deliverance from Egypt. In light of experiencing this Exodus as a way of revealing God's ability to deliver, they are expected to bring about God's deliverance for others. In essence, to protect the entire community through truth-telling and honorable witness, the 9th commandment.